guys, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I know you could be doing something else, but I really appreciate you guys taking a few minutes out and checking them out. And actually, I'm on the way up to St. Louis, Missouri right now. I'm going to get my new rig wrapped, and next week I'll give you guys a full walkthrough of the thing. Pretty excited about it. Trying to get it ready. I got 3 tournaments coming up in October. Trying to get it ready for that and for next season, and give you guys the full tour of that next week. But anyway, while I'm driving up here to St. Louis, I wanted to do this morning's video, and I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I sort of just want to pose the question to everybody out there and have a little discussion about it. Is the fact that we have so many different tournament circuits out there actually harming the sport of bass fishing in the public perception in the long term. And what I want to talk about specifically on this is, like, I can't keep up with everything that's out there, guys. You got Bassmaster, and you got all of the tournaments they've got, all the different offshoots that they have in their organizations. You got MLF, all the different offshoots MLF has. You got that new one, the National Pro Fishing League. You got a bunch of regional circuits out there. There's so many dang tournament circuits out there I can't even keep up with. And the point that I want to make in this video and pose to everybody is, I think that the way that we have seen this unfold, specifically over the past 20 years or so, and specifically over the past 3 or 4 years, is indirectly shooting ourselves in the foot as far as what we want to accomplish in the sport if we want to grow it in public perception. Because what you have is, look at all of the iconic sports genres out there, like the professional golf. They've got the PGA, and that's all you got. Football's got the NFL, and that's all you got. You got Major League Baseball. Bowling's got the PBA. You've got organizations that define the sport in the public's name. So you've got a real clear-cut indication of who's a professional, who's not a professional, what is it mean to be a professional football, baseball player, golfer, bowler, or whatever. That's not the case in fishing, guys. We have indirectly created a scenario where nobody knows what the heck is going on out there about who's a pro fisherman in the public perception. It is confusing as hell. I do this for a living, and I'm even confused at it. So when you're talking about, if we're wanting to grow this sport in the eyes of the public to get it the notoriety that it deserves, if you've got some guy out there that doesn't bass fish and he sees Bassmaster Elites, Bassmaster Opens, the Bass Nation, college, high school stuff in bass, and then you've got the MLF, you got the Toyota Series, you got the Tackle Warehouse Series, you got the Bass Pro Series, and everything out there. Nobody knows what the heck's going on with that. It's confusing as all get out. And I think the fact that basically the free market, the competition, free market capitalism, whatever you want to call it, it's that particular thing is directly harming what we're trying to achieve in the sport in the big picture. Because right now you got the pie split up in so many different segments that not only does it affect the endemic and non-endemic side of the sport, as far as when you're talking about advertising and sponsorships for the organizations and the anglers, but again, nobody knows who a pro is. Everybody can make the claim that they're a pro. You can have guys on the Bassmaster Series saying they're pro fishermen. You can have guys on MLF at different levels saying they're pros. You can have guys on the National Pro Fishing League saying they're pros. You can have guys out west fishing those western circuits saying they're pros. You can't do that in other sports. You can't just claim that you're a pro bowler or a professional golfer, in other sports without being affiliated with that one league that defines it. And in my opinion, that is something that's really, really harmed our sport, and it continues to do so. And the question is what's the ideal solution with it? I can tell you what the ideal solution is. The ideal solution would be for some guy that is just a billionaire or something to come in and buy up every organization in the country, put them all out of business, and basically return to the state where we began at with the Bassmaster. I don't care what anyone says, guys. The Bassmasters Classic is the universe of professional bass fishing. It's where it began. It still is. Everything else is just an attempt to get to the point of what the Bassmasters Classic is, and it's not good. That'd be like trying to replace the Super Bowl or the World Series with something better. It just doesn't work. In my opinion, the ideal scenario would be for somebody to come in, put everybody out of business, put all of this energy, all of the professional fishing identity into Bassmaster, and then allow the anglers to own it. Or it's not a privately owned company. It's a company, or it's an entity that is owned by the fishermen, for the fishermen. The anglers set the rules. The anglers set the business model. Everything out there is controlled by the anglers, and they are at that point they become the definitive go-to for what professional bass angling is. I just think that in my opinion right there, that would do so much for the sport, in not only the public opinion, but within the organizational format. I mean, you can have not only you can have every aspect come from that one entity. You could have your college, high school fishing. You could have the tour level events. You could have the AAA events. You could have the weekend events. You know, you could have conservation, environmental effort organizations. It's sort of like everything's under one roof. And the way it's going right now, it is such a hodgepodge, diced up mess out there right now that I just don't see it benefiting, you know, specifically the sport of professional fishing in a positive way. Now, everything seems to be going good in the industry. You know, our economy in this country is super strong right now. Boat and motor sales are through the roof. Tackle sales are through the roof. Tournament participation is, you know, at an all-time high. So from that standpoint, everything seems to be working, but I just get back to the fact that when you look at this in the long picture, like 100 years from now, and like I said, you've seen all these mainstay sustainable brands like the PGA, the PBA, the NFL, all that type of stuff. I just don't see that. I don't see us having that in professional fishing. I see it constantly changing. When somebody can throw some money at an organization or has a wild hair to start something else, they do, and that just segments us where we're at. I mean, that just splits us up, where, you know, we're not a unified group as anglers, and I don't really see that as a good thing. So anyway, that is sort of my opinion on the thing. I would just like to see, you know, all the tournaments come from the Bassmaster umbrella, owned by the fishermen, not where it's some for-profit business, but it's a non-profit that can really, you know, put a lot of the, you know, proceeds or profits or whatever back into environmental and conservation efforts, into youth fishing, you know, doing the right thing, that type of deal. And we just don't have that right now. So I'd be curious to get your guys' opinion. Let me know on this, because it's on my mind, and I'm sure if you're like me, you're as confused as I am about what's going on and who's got what. And it's like a physics equation just to try to break down the MLF deal. They've got stage 5, stage 7, different cups here and there. I can't keep up with it at all. I would just like to see the old days where all you had was the Bassmasters Classic. Everybody wants to get in the Bassmaster Classic, and, you know, just a lot more simpler world. So shoot me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'd be curious. And like I said, we'll give you the rig walkthrough next week, and I'll let you guys check that out. So until then, we'll talk to y'all later. See ya.